Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday service of Now Creations. It's just nice to be here with all of you this morning. I'll say a few things to add to our awareness, but it's just nice to be here with you. Let me say also that I feel extremely chipper this morning, filled with vitality. It's just nice to be in the awareness, nice to share the awareness with you. Nothing better than just to be who you are. A few announcements before we begin today. First of all, you should have received an email on Saturday morning that we'll be having a Thanksgiving service, a Christmas service, and a New Year's service on those particular days at 10 o'clock. And we'll send you an invitation. So just encourage you to save the date, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's mornings at 10 o'clock. Also, we've had really wonderful weekend enrichment programs. This past Saturday and Friday evenings, we talked about things like bugs to what is bugging you. They've been wonderful, wonderful programs, and as you're able, I certainly invite you to join us on Friday and Saturday evenings from 7 to 8:30. And then lastly, tonight we have our open forum from 6 to 7:30. Just go to our website under study groups, scroll down to Open Forum. We begin from 6 to 7:30. Tonight we'll have another testimonial. It'll be just a wonderful experience for all of us. Angie Cummins Board will be doing the testimony. You're very welcome to all of you. Please join us as you're able to do so. With that in mind, let's proceed now to today's teaching. It continues to be quite a journey into our expansion of consciousness that we are taking together. Just this past week, I received the following 3 comments from our members. The first one, I have found my internal teacher, and I am experiencing my highest possibilities. We are doing this. Indeed, we are. A second comment, my relationship with the divine is my top priority. Mine too. And lastly, I continue to send love to everyone and everything, and being my higher self is my only job. And then she added, which I love. We are doing this. We are ascending in consciousness. It is now my joy to add part 3 to the teaching that you are ascending. First, a brief review of part 1 and part 2. The word ascension itself does not mean the ascension of the body off the earth, but rather an ascension of consciousness, experiencing yourself as a fully conscious being here on the planet in your physical body. And then in part 1, we also focus on the things you no longer do, such as worrying about what other people are going to say, or just pretending to be spiritual. And then we focused on what you can't do any longer, namely, you can't say an unkind word. You can't do an unkind action. And you can't harbor any unkind thought. Those things just don't feel right anymore for you. And then lastly, we commented on what we are doing, from truly becoming a conscious spiritual being to having that all the time presence and smile in our heart. We know that we know. In part 2, I suggested 5 things that we will be doing. The first one is you will be much more of a conscious master of your creation as you allow your inner teacher to become your guide, a conscious master of creation. And then secondly, you are sharing your goodness, your presence in daily activities of service to others. You are showing up in your everyday life. Thirdly, you recognize that we all have a common center of the God Spirit, and we see everyone through the lens of oneness. No more sinners, no more enemies. And then fourthly, you have become desirous of quiet time, not only for yourself, but to spend quiet time with others, which we are certainly doing in Now Creations. And lastly, you are realizing that your ascension in consciousness, is part of a larger participation, not only for yourself and others, but for humanity, for the planet, for the galaxy, and beyond. The details of these first two teachings are available on our website, nowcreations.org. Please take advantage and take some time on the first two parts of You Are Ascending. We're now ready, this will be fun, for part 3, the new experiences that will be a part of your future. The new experiences that will be a part of your future. First of all, you will never fall again. You will never fall again. However you conceive the fall of consciousness, you will never experience this sense of separation again. You will never, in a sense, move yourself into that which is not who you are. You are now aware for eternity. You are a soul that is aware for eternity. Let me explain what I mean in these two ways. First of all, you will release any sense of strife. You will release from your life any struggle that does not make sense to you. You will have finished the game of separation. Instead, you will walk in a state of well-being that is now generated from the superior guidance of your own internal teacher. Let me just say this again. Rather than being in strife and struggle, you will walk in a state of well-being that is generated from the superior guidance of your own internal teacher. You will listen to your internal guide unquestionably, because its intelligence and its practical wisdom, they simply work every time. You will come to understand that unnecessary suffering is all too often self-imposed. You'll come to know this, and you will truly exchange this view with becoming a master of creation, not a master of separation. And as you continue to master yourself, you will move into states of well-being, physical well-being, mental well-being, emotionally, individually, and socially. You will become a master of creating well-being. And secondly, you will now be anchoring this sense of well-being as a stability point for you and for others. You will feel very comfortable and honored to model a behavior that you truly understand will benefit all of humanity. You are beginning to feel that what you know within yourself is not only what everyone is capable of, but it is also the evolutionary pathway forward for all of humanity. You know this, and you are modeling this way of bringing heaven to earth. It will take certainly a moment to realize what you are doing. But as you are doing this, will you not realize the importance of what you are doing? You are awakening. you are awakening and you are anchoring all of your love and goodness intelligently and creatively into a world where strife has been dominant. Not for you anymore. Not for you anymore. And not only not for you, but also not for all of humanity. The second characteristic which you will experience, you will clearly recognize that you have the tools of transformation. Let me explain. There is now a quiet maturity about you. There is a spiritual maturity within you that you know who you are and you know what you are doing because you take the time on a daily basis to go within and come to know that presence within you. You are taking advantage of the tools of awareness. Less and less will you perceive yourself as a part-time spiritual being, and more you're coming to realize that you are a full-time spiritual being and that you are fully consciousness. You will evolve from seeing yourself as a limited human being to awakening and acknowledge yourself as a fully conscious spiritual being because you take the time to do so and you have the tools to do it. You all know the tool of meditation, and you all know how important it is to go in and come to know that internal teacher. That is very important, but you have a lot of other tools in your toolbox. For example, you know how to release old habits of complacency with newer energies of vitality. You know how to set boundaries for yourself and not let other people invade your space. You know how to stay in your higher mind and process the activities of the world from that higher mind. You know how the feelings within your heart clearly identify what is real and what is superficial. You know how to understand others even when they don't understand themselves. You have many tools in your toolbox, and you are using them. The third quality that you will experience is that you will become more intuitive. And perhaps I should say that you will listen more attentively to your internal guidance. You will listen more attentively because you are giving more time to listening. Now here's the truth. As you take more time to listen attentively to your internal teacher, the more you'll be taught. Doesn't that just make common sense? The more time you take to listen, the more frequently your internal teacher will speak and guide you and empower you. Eventually, and please accept the fact, eventually you will experience this, that as soon as a question is asked, you will receive an answer from your inner teacher. Very soon, if not already, when something comes up, your inner teacher will promptly give you the answer. You will never have to flounder again. You'll never have to be uncertain again because you have an unerring internal teacher to whom you now listen. And the guidance works every time. That's the third thing you'll be experiencing. The fourth thing that you will experience is that you will elevate your physical body. You will elevate your physical body. Now, I'm not talking about diet and exercise, although of course they are helpful. But here's what I'm talking about. You will become a new you. Less and less will you identify yourself simply as a physical body, and more you'll identify yourself as an eternal soul. Less and less will you see yourself simply as a physical body, and more you'll identify yourself as an eternal soul. Now here's the point. As you do this, as you more and more identify yourself as a conscious, aware soul, your thoughts and emotions will begin to reflect the energy of your soul, rather than the thoughts and emotions associated with your body and the material world. I can only suggest this to you, but I know that more and more of you are experiencing this. As your thoughts and emotions are reflecting the vitality of your soul, you will elevate the energy of your body. Let me say it again. As your thoughts and emotions reflect the vitality of your soul, you will elevate the energy of your body. Simply notice that when you are in soul energy, you never think of illness, aging, or death. When you are in soul energy, you're alive, you're sparkling, rational, radiant, chipper. You think only about life-giving love and joy. We will continue. We will continue to assist each other to be fully conscious in the soul for the body. We're going to help each other to be fully conscious in the soul for the body. The fifth thing you will experience is something that I mentioned earlier, but now I want to give added significance to it, and I will use a special word to do so. The special word I want to give to your importance to the world. The special word I want to give to your importance to the world is the word imprint. Imprint. From now on, you will imprint the world with your consciousness. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you will imprint that situation with your conscious energy. You will begin to feel that you are the divine's direct personal representative to each situation in your life. And you are. This is not unlike the Unity Church's final acclamation in their worship service, when they say, "Wherever I am, God is, and all is well." I believe that you will say this truly about yourself on a daily basis. But not just that you'll say it about yourself. I think you will feel it. I think you will know it. Because it has become the truth of who you are. Wherever you are, fully conscious in your soul awareness, there is the divine as you, and all is well. there's one more thing, and I ask you take some notes on this. I think there are 4 things that you're going to come to know about yourself. And eventually, if not already, you will begin to experience the following 4 ascending identities. And it is the composite of these 4 identities that is the self that you are. I'm going to say it again. It is the composite of these 4 identities that is the self that you are. Again, please take a note. First, you will understand yourself to be a human personality. We have a human body in a material world, but some, if not all of you, have already begun to understand who you really are is an individuating eternal soul. Your eternal soul uses your personality as a vehicle of expression. 1, personality. 2ndly, soul. 3rd, your soul, that is you, is an individual expression. But you will come to understand that what you are individuating is the universal spirit. Number 3, the universal spirit is the energy that holds universal principles and universal values in life. It is the limitless state of expansion. Personality, soul, spirit, and now number 4. And then, maybe today, you will come to know yourself as one with the divine energy. You will begin to experience yourself as part of the divine essence itself. When 2,500 years ago Socrates said to know yourself, I doubt whether he had this in mind. But by the same token, I have no doubt that you will truly experience yourself in these 4 ways: personality, soul, spirit, divine. It just depends where you will put your focus. But never again will you be out of focus. No more. In conclusion, in this series of teaching entitled You Are Ascending, I have shown you what you no longer do, what you no longer can do, what you now do, and especially what you will experience into the future. Please review these teachings regularly. You Are Ascending, parts 1, 2, and 3. Truly, what you presently are is only a foretaste of what awaits you. How fun! What joy! You are ascending. We are ascending. Let me now take you into meditation, and what a joy it is to do so. You are ascending. Let us use this theme as the basis for our meditation and begin, as we always do, by simply taking a moment to settle, just following the breath, just breathing in and breathing out, and allowing the breath to work its magic, settling you, moving you into that soul awareness. Please begin. And would you simply acknowledge the truth of the statement, you are ascending. I am ascending. Just acknowledge that. Just say that to yourself. I'm ascending. I am fully conscious. Now you know that you are. Own it. Accept it. I'm fully conscious. And would you say to yourself, well, this is who I am. This is me. I'm a fully conscious being. I'm self-aware. I know who I am. This is me. You will never fall again into separation. Those days are over. Yes, you might have a momentary lapse. But you will quickly realize that that lapse is not compatible with being fully conscious. You will stop separating from yourself, and you will be who you know yourself to be. We're going to help each other, but each one of us must make this decision. I know who I am, and with a little help from my spiritual friends, this is how I will be showing up each day. And you also have all the tools. We need the tools. Certainly meditation is front and center on a daily basis. But we also need to get rid of debris in our lives. We need to be able to replace old habits with new, better ones. We do need to set boundaries for ourselves. we do need to listen to our heart a lot more, and yet also learn to be in the higher mind. It is important for us to be understanding of others, just without a doubt. But we have the tools. We have the tools. Many of them are online under special meditations in our Now Creations toolbox. Don't feign ignorance. Don't say, well, I am not sure how. You know how. You know how. You know how. And then you have that great internal teacher. You have your own internal guide, your direct connection with the God Spirit. It has two functions. The first one, it is your unerring guide. And as you spend more time coming to know the presence within your heart, as you spend more time, you receive more teaching. Intuitions become very clear to you. Messages for the direction of your life. Pretty soon, if not already, you will never flounder again. because your internal teacher answers any question the moment the question is posed. That's how powerful it is, and you are. And then the second function of your internal teacher is that as your thoughts and emotions are elevated in line with its guidance, your body is energized. You begin to see the harmony of your soul, thoughts, and emotions, energizing your physicality. Just take a look at that. When you're aligned, you are joyful. Joyful thoughts vitalize your body through your thoughts and emotions. Come to know this, and you will be experiencing it. And if this is not enough, there's the bigger picture, the composite you, your self. The personality that expresses, the soul that individuates that expression, the spirit whose universal principles and values guide, and the divine essence whose energy it is. Are you not being raised in consciousness right now, right at this moment? You are ascending.
the light shines bright to illumine love without, love within. I honor thee, I honor thee. Namaste, I honor thee, I honor thee, I honor thee. Namaste, I honor thee. When you are where you need to be, within that space, I honor thee. Seen through eyes, an illusion, seen through spirit, we are one. I honor thee, I honor thee, I honor thee. Namaste, I honor thee, I honor thee, I honor thee, I honor thee. Namaste, I honor thee. Namaste, I honor
It's hard not to be excited. We are ascending. Our present foretaste, very good. The future, unlimited. Namaste, dear ones. Namaste.